All right, guys, it's been a long time. It is the 26th of December. I just had a really good Christmas and I thought I'd do some caricatures. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to be drawing Theo. You should watch him. He's a YouTuber and he's interviewing this lunch lady. It's pretty funny. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk out loud and just talk about how I break down his drawing and what it takes to draw the guy. I don't know if it helps when I do it all once, so I'm just gonna just search and think and let you know exactly what I'm thinking. I think that's probably more helpful to show you how much I mentally struggle. I think what I do is I pull out the outcome because over the years I've drawn caricatures and I just draw it like completely once. But there's something to be said about the science behind drawing caricatures, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna break down that science. So I fail a lot mentally. All right, so let's go ahead and do it. So the first thing I'm thinking about is the shapes, right? So let's think of the silhouette. That took me years to figure out, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do this. All right, and that for me for now will work for the shape of his neck, and then I will draw the shape of his little chin thing. All right. I felt like doing this again because lately I was doing some character designs for work, and I don't know. I think I was suffering drawing because I think I stopped drawing with paper. I have to keep it up. It actually makes me a better artist, in my opinion, for me. So, alrighty. So, believe it or not, what I'm doing right now, like, see the ear and drawing all this. This creates a pretty good illusion that hair's behind him, and what's gonna come front. As as something gets dark, gets light, right? So look, see, that's my darkest dark, see? Because it'll eventually get light. So I'm thinking a couple steps ahead at the moment. All right, let's go ahead and I guess he has a mullet. And what I do too is in live interviews, I like watching them just talk and be in different angles, because if they're not in different angles, I don't know, I just feel like it, over the years of me drawing caricatures, it's never really worked out where people look like statues or I'm drawing off a picture. Like, for some reason, when people give me pictures, it doesn't look anything like them. But when they're moving and I'm talking to them, because at Magic Mountain where I used to draw it, I used to ask, like, what's your favorite color, where you're from, and get to know them, and then you start getting all these funny gestures, and then you pick from it. So I guess I'm just used to that. Like, drawing from photographs is no good. You wouldn't believe, but sometimes you'll surf through the internet on like the right photograph, and that's the thing. There is no right photograph. Like, I don't know, for me, that just doesn't work. Drawing, like, from what I'm seeing, just works out better. All right, and I'll explain what I'm doing here. It's something that I used to exercise a lot when I would draw hair. I'll show you in a bit. Give me a second. Let me just draw real quick. I'm just trying to draw his silhouette. He's a little messy. He reminds me of like I don't know. It's kind of funny how it looks like he lives outdoors, It's almost like this part's a wig. It's like it's not even the same part of his hair. Okay, so let's talk about what I did right there, right? So what I'm doing here is, like, when you're drawing hair, so let's say I have like a simple head right here. So let's say I'm gonna draw like let's draw the widow's peak, right? Like our hairline. Okay. Now I'm gonna draw the ears. I'm gonna draw the neck, then shoulders, right? So what it is if you're gonna draw like bangs, right, like this, you're pretty much, you want to look at it like sculpting, like you're sculpting hair. You see that? So I'm looking at it like a blanket, like a sheet of paper, over the head. And then when you draw like hair, like let's say something like this. Right now they look like lines, but if you do this, you see how it's dark and then it eventually gets lighter. See, I don't have to add too many details. And it creates a pretty cool illusion that something is receding back and something's coming in the front, see? So you almost want to think of this like sculpture. Here's an example. Like if you had like blocks, like if this was clay, you see? So that's how you want to look at it. Kind of like big pieces of clay that that are on our heads. So like for an example, when you draw ears. So what we want to do is we want to make it feel like our sideburns, you see? It's like I'm filling out the drawing, but I'm also considering the fact that like these are big pieces of clay that are wrapping around my head, That's what I'm doing here, and that's what I'm doing here. I could do a better job describing it. But yeah, ultimately it's this concept. This is receding to the distance, and this is coming in front. That's what I'm doing there. That's what I'm doing there. And I can do it even further, see? All right, anyway. Hope people are finding this helpful. So let's keep drawing Theo. So what I'm doing here is I'm just examining him, just seeing like what his shapes are. And I'm an animator, so what I like to do is eventually like hit different angles of what he looks like. Also, notice his neck. Like what I'm trying to do too is this. See, receding line, and then do you see how clear this is? This is so much clearer than what I got here, see? But it's implied. But still, this is what I should be aiming for. That's just me though. Alright, let's keep drawing this guy. I don't like drawing the eyes. That's something I leave for last. His nose really comes across to me. It looks like a bee stung it and it's swollen. When I say those things out loud, I think some people feel like, oh, how can you say something like that? It's insulting. But, that's what I'm thinking. That's why I draw it, I don't mean to be insulting. But part of caricature is just to have fun. It's not like, it's not to take this stuff personal. It's just, you poke fun. I think that's why I stopped doing it at work. Like, because, well, at Magic Mountain, because I don't think people knew how to take a joke. Nobody knows how to laugh at themselves, especially today now when people like take all these selfies. Like I think people angle themselves in such a way where they don't even look the way people see them. But hey, I get it. They're at a theme park and they want to enjoy themselves, not be insulted. I get it. So, all right. So you see what I did here with his mouth? I know that doesn't look like a mouth, but that's his mouth. And what I want to do is I want to stick his teeth out because it looks like he's pulling his teeth out like that. And he does this funny thing with his lips. You see? It's like his tongue is back here somewhere and I don't really see the front teeth, which I think would be stronger in the drawing. See? So he's almost sticking that out, protruding it. It moves the camera cuts a lot, so let's try to get a proper look at his face. Give me a second. Yeah, it looks like he has like little Doberman Pinscher eyebrows. Like he plucks them. It almost feels like he had plastic surgery and it went wrong over time. Alright, let's see. Now his eyes. He said he survived Down syndrome or something like that in one of his interviews. He's silly, so I'm gonna try to think about that when I'm drawing the drawing. You wouldn't believe it. As long as you have something in mind or opinion on the drawing, it'll kind of surface whether you know it subconsciously or not. Okay, let's go ahead and shade him up. So you see I'm receding. I'm doing this right now. So I'm trying to be conscious of where I'm adding those shadow lines. And also, like, when you're drawing shadows or creating shadows, nothing ever does this. Like, you don't ever do this, like, solidly feel it. You want to leave some white space, so something like this. Just a hint, see? And that's why I'm doing that. Like, I'm not really touching it, sort of, you know, just respecting this. Ultimately, what I'm trying to do is think of it like a real sculpture. And now I'm kind of loosening up a little bit here because I don't want it to. I can risk it being too muddy looking, you know, too dark, like kind of like right now. That's what it looks like, but it'll change as soon as I start shading the rest of his hair. So let's go ahead and shade that out. I remember my good friend Peter, I used to just sit here and watch him just shade all day. It was just the coolest thing to see. It's like magic. I always tried to replicate that. If you see a little earlier, I was trying to do this. It's because I never was able to do it correctly, but I guess I'm in no rush. Subconsciously, I always feel like I'm in some sort of rush because I was always waiting to get paid. I used to get paid by the drawing, or else I wouldn't get paid. So I'm not really talented at this stuff. I'm very analytical when it comes to this stuff. I just discovered that I can draw with my left hand. I didn't know I could do that. And I'm actually quite talented with my left. You want to see? I don't have the best lines, but I've been practicing. And it turns out with your right hand, you're using the right side, the left side of your brain. With your left, you're using the creative side of your brain, which is the right side. So let's go ahead and draw what I understand, right? So analytically, I just studied him with my right. With my left, I'm now gonna enjoy the drawing and just do a drawing without ever thinking rules, which is kind of interesting because when I'm drawing, the gears are turning. See, all the gears are turning. I'm thinking a lot. But now that I'm drawing my left, that won't be the case. So it's kind of crazy. So let's go ahead and just draw. My lines are going to be kind of shaky, but you know, I figured I'm going to nurture drawing with my left hand because I think I just draw better with it. But well, I guess we'll see, right? Let's take a look. That's my opinion. But let's take a look. Let's see how good this drawing is. But what's radical about drawing with my left is I'm struggling to even think, like, cause I'm not really thinking. I'm just kind of doing it, and almost like a spectator, kind of like you guys. I'm just like enjoying the drawing. Let's see here. These are his teeth, and that is his lip, and then this will be his chin here. If you guys stick around, you know, in time you'll see me get better at my drawing with my left hand. But it's interesting to see my left hand draw because you can tell the knowledge is all there. I'm now just performing and having a good time. And when I say like I draw better on my left, I don't mean that to be egotistical or anything. I'm just being objective, you know, like just, you know, I'm always aiming to be better at what it is I do. So,
Power off.
I'm not trying to brag or anything, just being objective. Alrighty. Man, this is a workout. Like, it actually hurts my hand being this articulate, but I'm really trying here. Sort of. I'm kind of rushing it because I feel kind of embarrassed. But I guess this is a safe spot here on YouTube land where people can watch and observe and see what I'm doing. But yeah, I'm right hand dominant, and yeah, I don't know. I kind of thought, like, I'm very analytical, so I thought, well, maybe my left is better at drawing than my right because I'm going to be accessing the right side of my brain. That's the creative side. This happened one time. I got this idea because one time I got tennis elbow, and I couldn't take the day off because I needed the money. So I was just gonna draw with my left hand, and people were like, "Who did those drawings?" I did. They were like, "Those are like better drawings than your drawings." I go, "I know, it's crazy." All right, so it's time to draw his the rest here. So I think I'm just gonna go for the teeth real quick. So let's go over here. Let's draw those curls there. The way he curls his mouth is kind of funny. Like I like it's almost like his teeth are like people and they want attention. Yeah, and he curls them. It's so funny. I was in retirement homes where people had dentures, and I grew up there. My mom was an activities director, and it's like his teeth remind me of that. I'm trying my best not to pay too much attention to the front ones because it's the bottom ones that I want to speak. In fact, let's go ahead and add another one right here. It's drawings, you know. It's all about 2D cheats. All right, let's draw his tongue somewhere here. And guess what? Just a couple months ago, I started wearing glasses. Gotta put them on, I can't see anymore. All right, I can see a little better now. Alrighty, let's draw his nose. I think I'll follow up with his nostrils. And let's draw his little bulbous nose. Ooh, I messed up that drawing right there. Oh well. That wasn't intended, but I'll just keep working with it. We'll have his Doberman Pinscher eyebrows. Alrighty. Yeah. Let's go ahead and draw his eyes. It's funny, he looks up a lot. Like when he talks, he looks up a lot. Like he's really struggling to create brain cells to think. It's really funny. All right, let's add some more hair here because I think, silhouette wise it'll work better for the drawing. And just so you know the kind of exercises that I've been doing with this, so I can get better, I've been doing stuff like this. I try my best to draw within the circle, and then I do this. The idea is that I have good range of mobility around my left hand. See? It's really a struggle, but I think there's a lot of potential in my left. It's very interesting, right? That's my right, very thoughtful, analytical. See? And that's my left. Personally, me, I think it's a little stronger. So what I'm gonna do now, since everything's kind of shaky, the thing that's gonna make me better at drawing my left is if I actually pay attention to an aspect of the drawing to make sure I'm articulate. So I'm gonna go ahead and revisit a couple of these lines. See how shaky this one is? I'm just gonna go ahead and try to make it sharp the best that I can. This is where you think about being a surgeon. Oh, and I've been trying to practice its flares, these things. And the goal is to eventually learn calligraphy, get my thick and thins. That's an A, because this is how it's supposed to look like. It's a good exercise to learn to control your lines. All right, so let's go ahead and do the cleanup. So I've been on and off drawing with my left, and I've met a lot of talented people who are really lazy and they don't really want to do anything with their time. They're so talented they don't really have to work at drawing. I've always had to work with my drawing, but I think with my left, there is definitely, I feel like a different person. There was no effort putting into this drawing. You guys all watched me. It's actually quite fascinating, and I don't feel like I struggled much. But I'm very lazy to draw with it because I'm right hand dominant. But I think I owe it to myself to nurture this talent. So I guess what I'll do in these videos, it'll be quite unique. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to analytically study the drawing with my right and do it with my left, and then you guys go ahead and tell me what you guys liked instead. Did you like my left hand drawings or my right? I'd be curious. Maybe I should title those videos like this: do you like my left hand drawing or do you like my right? Okay. And I don't know if anybody's seen my book, my caricature book. If you haven't, purchase it. It's awesome. You'll be helping me grow this channel. I like how careful I am, because when I was doing the other drawing, I wasn't that careful. I was very confident. And here I'm very careful. It's kind of cool. It's like a shiny nose. I gotta be careful not to completely muddy this thing. Man, my wrist hurts. Oof. Okay, gotta less tense myself. So tense. You can even hear me breathing, right? Let's do this. All right, guys, that's enough punishment. My arm hurts. But I think this drawing rocks. I think this one's the one. Isn't that interesting? And gotta draw some spit. Some spit's always good. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed this series. Let me know if you liked my right hand drawing, or did everyone like my left? And again, this is our brain. The right side is the art side, the creative side. The left side is the logic side. So if you're right-handed, you're going to use your left side of the brain. If you're left-handed, you're going to use the right side of the brain, which is art. And this is the art side of the brain. Isn't that interesting? All right, guys, you guys all have a good one. Thank you. Like, subscribe, and buy my book. Buy my book. This is how you can help and support my channel. The book covers the work that I've done since I was in high school all the way until now. And I'll be hopefully publishing another, but this is the first series. I think you'd like it and enjoy it. If you're learning how to draw caricatures, this is definitely a buy. I'd appreciate your support. Thank you so much. If you like my drawing and my content, you can also further support my channel by purchasing these two other books. One of them is called Rad Ricky. It's the 2D video game that I'm working on. And that's my sketchbook, and pretty much like a Bible on how to draw hands, heads. It's a bunch of studies on how to draw my character. So I think you'll enjoy that one. The other book's called The Cockfighter. That's an autobiography book. It's a book of the story between me and my father. I did not have a father growing up, so I thought I'd draw the relationship I wish I would have had with him. I'm the little rooster, and my father's the human in the book. And it puts you through a journey all the way to infancy, growing up confused, and eventually marriage and then children. It's really interesting. I hope you enjoy that book. I definitely got a lot of closure from that. It's very personal to me. I hope you enjoy it. And again, thank you for supporting my channel. I hope you enjoy the content.